What's going on, our talk show fans? It's DJ here. I want to tell you, thank you for all of your support. We're getting close to our 100th episode, and it's like 5 weeks away. We want to give away a $100 gift card. But in order for us to do that, we need to reach 1,000 followers on our YouTube channel. Now, this is what you're going to do to enter. Like, share, and subscribe to hashtag our talk show in the description below. That way we can keep track of who entered. Giving you 5 weeks to get us to 1,000 followers to get a $100 gift card. Got it? Real simple. Like, share, subscribe. Hashtag our talk show at the bottom after you've shared the episode so everybody can see it. And our little advertisement here. And we'll be giving away a real $100 gift card. No gimmicks, no blah, blah, blah. Just like, share to your friends so they can see and enter to win. Thank you, and toodaloo, motherfuckers. What's going on? Fuck you.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our talk show. My hair is fucked up.
Josh, my hair is fucked up. My hair does not look good right now.
Oh god, no. That was horrible.
Did you have to pick your nose first? You're all like,
I gotta do it all, man.
gotta do it all, gotta do it all.
Gotta catch them all, gotta do them all.
How's everybody doing this morning? All right. Well, let's jump into the show. Our question for the day looks to be, what should they teach in high school but don't? You know, I think they used to teach sex ed.
We still do.
Right, yeah, but I mean, they don't teach, guys how to be smooth.
No, they didn't teach that in the first place.
As your brother calls it, it should be called ass crushing 101.
Why would they want to teach that? What was I thinking the other day, but it was too much. Was it gun control? No.
I mean, they should teach about
gun
that.
safety.
That's another one. That'd be a good one, gun safety.
That way the guy knows not to have the safety.
I don't think they have driver's ed anymore.
No, they don't. At least not in Palm Beach.
So I imagine
teach you how to TikTok? No.
Teach it. This is your
actually the most
your TikToking
one
class.
we talked about was social status, like how to fill out a mortgage, taxes, how can it impact you, your tax credits. Please don't get pregnant early.
Mortgage.
I don't think they still have Planned Parenthood anymore. The whole economic thing.
Home ec, where they teach you to cook and sew.
They would take away electives.
Yeah.
Like music and home ec and Planned Parenthood.
Taking away everything, yeah.
And here's the test.
Yeah.
Get us a good grade for school.
It's like, well, because I guess the thing is the teachers were having to do sliding scale grading for like stuff like that too.
Oh, curbing
right.
the grade?
Well, because how do you grade somebody in music class? Right, like if they did it if they did it that way, right, you never would have passed chorus. You're tone deaf.
I can't read music.
It was just F,
Like I can't read the music. Like which one was F minor, Josh? I can't hear.
No idea. No.
Oh yeah, Charlie Puth over here, perfect pitch gets the pass.
Right.
Natural talent.
Miley Cyrus got an A over here. Britney Spears, they're all rocking A's.
That guy's throwing his voice. It's not fair.
T-Pain, one Masked Singer. He got an A.
Do you think Neil Patrick Harris?
What?
Drama and music.
I'm just saying.
You don't show up to the high school musical, you will fail.
Drama was a little different, right? Because drama class, you could watch plays and stuff like that, and he could
you read them and
grade you
them.
on how well you understood the play and this, that, and the third.
Or the history.
That's like when I was in drama class. Every Friday was improv day. Right. So
whose line is it anyway?
Basically, so what he'd do is he'd call up 3 or 4 people to Sometimes he'd throw you a fastball and just put you up there and see what you could do. You know, and then you'd have really the trick to improv is yes.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Right. Like if you're pretending to work in a convenience store that sells shoes.
Yeah.
Right. And bitch walks in, it's like, can I get a slushie, please?
Yes.
Right. It's like, yeah, let me just walk in the back and I'll make you a slushie in my shoe. You know, we got shoe cups. Right, it looks like shoes because we sell shoes.
It's new.
You know, the thing is you've got, like, with improv, it's how to keep the skit going.
Yeah.
Right. It's
without
like
the,
right. That's like SNL's whole bread and butter right there. That's why they had to fire Jimmy Fallon. You know.
I didn't fire him.
Well, technically, I guess
You like when they have
did.
series finales, they're canceled. No, they're not canceled, DJ. They
You
ended.
know,
No, canceled. This one,
basically
if they
canceled.
left the job, they were fired.
Well, I mean, Jimmy Fallon, he couldn't get through a skit without laughing.
That's so true.
You know,
Remember the more cowbells?
Oh man, he couldn't.
With Christopher Walken and Will Ferrell. You can't be in a skit with Will Ferrell.
Like, just seriously, if anyone watching it after you're done here, go look up some Jimmy Fallon fucking trying to do SNL. And he can't.
He can do the what's it called? The impressions and all that.
Sort of.
But when it comes
as
to
long as they're not too funny.
When it comes to working with someone like Will Ferrell, who's deep in the character,
right? And then, you know, that's the thing with people like Will and Adam and stuff like that.
like working with Kevin Hart,
they become right. You gotta take a break because
Jim Carrey,
Kevin can't.
Like, imagine the whole time on the mask. There's don't laugh. Or was it Ace Ventura?
Well, they actually say, you know, like if you, because like I like documentaries and stuff like that, and like stuff after. There's a documentary about Jim Carrey, and you know he was talking about when he was the Grinch. You know, he'd spend about 3 or 4 hours, getting his hair and stuff on. He's just sitting there chain smoking.
They had a CIA agent come in and teach him how to go through torture.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it was legit. That's why he was smoking.
But
he's like, I wouldn't do it again. And now they tell me they can CGI things. What the fuck's that about?
And then, you know, the next problem is like, so now Jim's an immersive character.
So he was angry the whole time. Like he was the Grinch.
He was the Grinch. You know,
he was fucking pissed.
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time working with Jim. Because he becomes the character they've casted him.
Oh yeah, like same thing with Johnny Depp. Same thing, like method actors.
Right.
What's his name? Heath Ledger did for Joker.
Yeah, which ended poorly.
Badly.
You know,
Johnny Depp does it. Robert Downey Jr.
Well, that's like even like Heath Ledger playing Joker, which was his last role.
Yeah.
You know, interestingly enough, Jack Nicholson, who had played Joker once before, came to him and told him, he's like, you know, this is a hard role.
And he played the gangster Joker. He wasn't that emotional, crazy motherfucker.
No.
He was just like, crazy gangster, you got it.
But it was still, you know.
Still the Joker.
Right, still the Joker. And even he said, he's like, listen, I developed a drinking and drug problem after playing the Joker.
Well, because you can mentally, as an actor, you mentally get into the role.
Right, and I had to, you know, pull myself back.
That's why
and it
there's
wasn't,
so many affairs. Because
right.
like, how are you going to fake passion?
Right,
Either you end up falling in love, or you end up cheating on your wife or husband.
Right.
Because you're for 7 to 12 months.
You're doing it behind the scenes.
Yeah, for fucking 12 hours a day, you're fucking flirting with each other and pretending you're in love.
Right, you know.
Like the fake I wouldn't trust an actor
Bro,
or actress. I can't do the actress. You can fake passion. Don't talk to me.
That must suck.
You can literally look at the actor's eyes and make me believe you love that motherfucker, and I have to date you? I don't trust you.
I'm just saying, like, that must suck. Like, you think about it this way, right? So it's like, so if you've got a man or a woman or whatever the scene calls for, man, woman, whatever, right?
Woman, man.
Whatever the situation happens to be.
Yeah.
Right. So now you have to do this situation with this other person, but you just can't get to the point where you're making it look real.
Too much.
Right.
Or the other, the worst part is like when the actors stayed on set and then they break up, but the characters don't.
Right.
Penny, Penny and they broke up in real life, but they got married.
Well, that's like what is it? It's
That's
Flash
commitment.
and it's Flash and Caitlin, not Flash and Iris, right? But a lot of people don't know that. They just see Flash and Iris and assume that
That's them.
that's them because they make it look so well. But when the truth of it is,
Flash and Caitlin.
it's Flash and Caitlin who are really dating. So
it's crazy that to get into that kind of character, that mindset. Every day, or to play different ones. It's not like the Flash. All he does is just be the Flash.
it's just the Flash.
Like most now, these popular TV stars aren't doing movies and TV shows.
No, they're either doing
Especially
one or
if they're
the
like
other.
popular. Like you saw how like Supernatural, like you told me in the beginning that each character did a movie like in the first couple seasons, and then they just Supernatural all the way.
Right.
Well, that you don't want to get injured. That happened in Maze Runner with Teen Wolf. The character from Teen Wolf went to Maze Runner and hurt himself, so he couldn't finish doing Maze Runner or Teen Wolf.
Well, that's like your couple of wrestlers who've really moved over from wrestling to acting. John Cena, Batista. Well, okay, now Batista's a whole other monster, right? Because like
a couple more just Marvel. He did the spy one,
but he's in the MCU, so he's got a lot more rules than. You
can't get hurt. We didn't do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet.
Right, well, you can't get hurt.
Because apparently the chronological order is Guardians 1 and 2 were back to back.
Right.
Like, I guess in the order, not when they were released, but the storyline itself. Right after 1, they went and fought his dad.
I tried watching it, like, in order, like, skipping around and finding everything to watch it.
The first Avenger to Captain Marvel.
Well, I actually fucked up and I watched Iron Man first.
Technically, he is first, but it's
the first Avenger, which is Captain America.
Then Captain Marvel.
Right, then Captain Marvel. It's a.
And then if you watch it weirdly, it'll go Captain Marvel, then the first scene of Guardians.
I was just basically watching stuff with Robert Downey Jr.
because that's all. The whole chronological order. I mean, like from clips.
That's all I cared about.
So it goes basically the whole first Avenger, Captain Marvel. Between Captain Marvel, show the first clip of Guardians when Quail was getting abducted.
Yeah,
then go back to this. Then go over here. Then go. Now we're in the 90s again. So now we gotta go back from Civil War thing when a soldier killed Tony's parents. Then we come over here.
That's all.
That's all. Like wow, you guys went way too.
That's deep. All just too much.
And then if you want to go thousands of years, now we have to show the Frost Giants battling Thor's the grandfather.
Right. Well, like again, that's all just.
Then we gotta show the Elf War.
That's all just way too much. It was like 3 days of.
But did you see how much it advanced from Iron Man till now? Like he actually wore the suit in Iron Man to just wearing. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, wearing the nanotech.
But his suits got cooler, less bulkier, more like skin tight.
Yeah, streamlined.
Yeah, Civil War I think was the last one that was bulky.
But then War Machine never changed.
He got bulkier.
He just got bulky. He got bigger for some reason.
He kept getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like I said in Civil War, when Tony lands and then War Machine lands, the camera shakes.
Iron Maiden would have been a cool War Machine name too.
Like Iron Patriot.
Iron Patriot. Iron Legion.
The Legion was the third.
Right. Was all the fucking suits. All right. Moving on. We
went from teaching something in school to acting.
Right. So, because that's something they don't teach. I still think they have drama club in class and stuff like that. They don't
teach life.
Because you can't teach life, you got to live it.
No, you were saying they don't prepare you.
Nothing does.
No.
They could talk to you until it's blue in the face. It doesn't mean it's going to prepare you for it.
I just think school. I guess school and learning is two different things. Yes, you have to learn your basic math, your reading, your commas.
Best way to
get in life. You know what I'm saying? Like to fill out paperwork so you have nice handwriting and make sure that you don't fuck up your money when you're doing math. Right.
Best way to learn to swim is to get kicked in the deep end.
But other than that, school doesn't. Now, if you want to go to college, you should take these classes. If you're not going to go to college, you want to go to trade school, take these classes. You know what I'm saying? So they technically can prepare you.
And why we're still in March.
2 more days.
It is still American Red Cross Month for us. The charity, of course, will be down in the link below.
Yes.
And they do, it's American Red Cross, blood banks, helping stuff out. They're more of a medical type, you know. They're the ones that got that big ass ship, ain't they?
I think so.
Like that big ass ship that goes from country to country. It's basically a giant hospital.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Kim literally says, but at least they taught us cursive that we'll need for our whole lives.
Yeah, the only thing we use cursive for is to sign our names. I don't even do that.
Thank God they taught us a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because I haven't used it since. Because you know why? I'm not an engineer.
Right.
I'm not working in the space program.
I don't need to know Roman numerals. I'm not doing
construction, so I don't need to know geometry. I don't need to know the width times the height. Actually, I do. Thank you for teaching me how to freaking measure a TV. And it's not the up and down, it's a cross.
This way. Also, don't forget, our talk show now has a audio version. If you don't like seeing our beautiful faces, you can go to, Spotify, Apple iTunes.
Apple Podcast, and Anchor FM.
Those ones.
And Google Podcasts.
Basically, wherever you get your podcasts.
Just type in our talk show.
And Bickle.
We're also on Player FM.
Blickly Blam. Wabam, and we're there. But yeah, what else we got?
Our contest.
Oh, that's right. Well, you saw at the beginning of the show, they ran the movie.
Ran the preview.
Ran the preview. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers so we can give away a $100. I almost said 1,000.
$100 gift card on 100th episode.
Oh, if it was 1,000, boy, we'd be. It'd be
take my stimulus.
Right. Just and again, what makes it better is it's Josh's money. So you know, shit. I wish I could enter and take Josh's money, but I can't because I work here. Kind of sucks.
Why is your wife flirting with you through the podcast?
Is she? Yeah.
She's not talking to me.
No, she's definitely not talking to you.
And that would have been awkward.
But.
So yes, to enter our contest, you gotta like, subscribe, share. Make sure you subscribe because that's how I find you. And put hashtag our talk show. That's how we narrow it down.
I got to ignore her all the time because she's always whispering sweet nothings to me.
Who?
My wife throwing me off.
She
always be throwing me off. I don't play video games when she's around, right? Because she'll like come in and just show me titties, and I'm like, I'm trying to fight.
I saw what happened when I put a quesadilla down.
I just boobs or quesadillas, and I was just totally 7 kills in, got fucked up because of quesadilla.
That shit was weird. Shit was weird to play on the computer.
What's wrong with YouTube?
Nothing I know of. Still going.
Oh, mine says keyframe.
Yeah, it's been doing that. It's still playing correctly.
Okay, well, whatever.
There's nothing going on my side.
All right, so what do we got for news today?
All right, our first round of news is missing woman trapped naked in storm drain says she survived on ginger ale. She's out now. She's healthy.
So, like, where did...
I don't know, some storm came through. Fucking she was looking for it. Fucking she got stuck in a storm drain.
Well, I don't know where she
got the ginger ale.
There's my issue.
Because you're naked. With your ginger ale.
Was she naked? Did she eat her clothes?
Missing woman trapped naked. We don't know what kind of life she lives.
I'm just like, and then warm ginger ale.
Yeah. Is that or spit?
It's either that or spit. Rat says they came down like
fucking Pickle Rick. She's just eating rats and ginger ale. But yeah, you sent me the headline.
Did I? I don't remember what I sent you. I just sent it to you so I can be surprised. What?
If you sent it to me, I'm thinking that you read it.
No, I don't. I just sent it, and I hope you read it so I can just be like, what the hell? I mean, to me, I
didn't read it.
It's warm ginger ale. That's the. I didn't read it.
Our next headline came from your wife, that I saw over Twitter. Man finds shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Or another headline going, why is there shrimp tails in my cereal?
Right. So he tweeted.
He tweeted a photo of his bowl of cereal.
Twerking?
Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal?
Bro, that sucks. Like some employee was eating shrimp and just like throwing the tails
out the window through the, because it's not people, it's like an assembly line. So this is big ass.
You still need people to run.
I'm saying is this big ass tub of just Cinnamon Toast Crunch pouring into the right amount of boxes.
Right.
And some guy just. And how long was that shrimp tail in there?
That's going to be randomly fun. Well, I mean, okay.
It's just like the Incredible Hulk thing when he bled on that one thing.
So think about it this way, right? You have two options. You've got your story where it's like somebody's just eating a shrimp tail and threw it in,
like in Seinfeld when he dropped the thing in surgery. His candy.
Or some other animal brought the shrimp tail in
while eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Right, and like dropped the shrimp tail in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and then probably fell in itself. So somebody's going to get another surprise.
It just reminds me, like I said, if you watch Seinfeld, he was eating the fucking little candy things watching surgery and it fell in. Or the Incredible Hulk when he bled on the soda and Stanley drank it.
But it's like this is actually kind of into our topic today about like the craziness, because
what'd you call it? Business magic.
Business magic, right? That's today's topic is business magic. Because like think about it, right? So it's like this instance was made really public, but a lot of business would have covered this the fuck up. That would have this guy would have been paid off millions of dollars.
It's 2021.
Right, just fucking.
Just get straight to Reddit or Twitter.
Hey, shut your fucking bullshit up. Or it's like we know you ate shrimp last night, so you just probably left it in your bowl because you're a dirty bitch.
Listen, we're fucking Kellogg's. We don't give a fuck.
Right, Kellogg's is like we're in every fucking country.
We're gonna send you a box of fucking Cinnamon Toast fucking shrimp.
Right. Then the next problem is I've been watching a lot of Suits, so it's like. Knowing that businesses and stuff do shit like this all day long. But I do. That error is hardcore on my screen. Moving on. We've got PlayStation removes PS3, PSP, and PS Vita games from sale on PlayStation Store via web. Now, so here's what I'm kind of confused about, right? So like if you pick up a PS Vita right now, right.
You just download content in the Sony store.
Right, but so like you've grabbed your Vita.
Yeah.
Right, you pick it up. You're I'm gonna go to Sony store and see what kind of game I can get right now.
You can't buy.
Because you can't find them nowhere. So you're like, you pick it up. There's just nothing. Like the store's just gone.
Error.
It just says error. That's horseshit.
Oh, it's like finding your own iPhone and trying to go to the Apple store.
You can't go to if you get like an iPhone 1. You can't.
iOS.
That's so
no
crazy.
longer supports it.
So it's basically the company's way of forcing people to move forward.
Yeah, unlike Xbox, because the Xbox Game Pass has like everything on there.
Right.
And people are playing 360. They don't want to get rid of the 360 game on the store because it's remastered for Xbox One.
Well, it's like again.
So they're not going to get rid of it because you can still buy like Skate 3 and it's remastered for the Xbox One.
Again, this kind of goes a little into our topic for today, though. It's like with the PS5.
But you see, they're trying to push to buy the PS5.
Well,
they got rid of what did you say? Communities on the PS4 network.
Right. So
we're not even a year into the PS5. They don't even have any games. Like you just bought Miles.
They've got 5, but they're indie games. Miles doesn't count. It's a glorified DLC.
But you get what I'm saying, though.
And and
all they did was remaster Grand Theft Auto again. From PS3 all the way to PS5.
Throw my controller at you. Because now I've forgotten what I was gonna say because you wouldn't shut your fucking dick sucker.
I like PlayStation, but like you're pushing it.
I was gonna say something important. And
Drifting controllers?
No.
People can't go and buy PS.
I remember now. So the update, right? The 1.8 update for the PS4 or whatever
Yeah.
is actually crashing a lot of people's earlier PS4s.
Ain't that what we saw when the guy did the skit? He's like, your update just bricked my thing. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, your update just bricked my PlayStation.
Yeah, so I started thinking about it when we were watching him. And I started looking up that's why I had you look that one thing up. I started looking up some of this shit.
Is he just making shit up?
No, all this shit he's saying is true. Right? Like, this is stuff he's finding online.
Virtual reality. We don't know.
Yeah.
What?
No idea. It's up there, of course, but we have no clue.
I think the Xbox and PlayStation did was I know they initially were going to launch it sometime between 2020 and 2021. But what they did was because with the pandemic happening, I'm sure they were looking at the stats like we did and how video games were the most bought thing in 2020.
Right.
And now we're going closing the year. They thought the pandemic was going to last longer. So they pushed out their PS5s and everything to get bought.
Well, again, it's like that, right? It's like
because they knew they had to do it around. It's always around Christmas. Like, that's why it's in November. So you buy it for your kids for Christmas.
They launched the systems without games
before the games were done.
Right. So
it was still glitchy. Like the games that you see, now they have to tell you. But if you read it, it goes played on PC first. Like, oh, look at this cool games and graphics or whatever. No, it says tested on PC, not console.
Right.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk didn't work on PC either.
And another thing that we're going to talk about later. No, we're just talking about later. About the computers and everything.
Also, the original Cyberpunk, if you got it like the disc and didn't return it, is going to be worth a fuck ton later because PlayStation took it off the shelves, took it out of the store.
You know what does have it though? Google, what is that? SATA? Remember that Google thing that was supposed to come out and you play all these games?
Oh yeah, it never showed.
And now people just basically play it on there. It's a streaming game service.
Yeah.
So you're not really.
Well, and
you're streaming the game. You're not. It's not using your.
So see, that's the other thing, right? It's like, all right, so PS5 comes out $500.
Play on your PS4 because it overheats.
Right. And then they put the share play for the PS4 so you can play the PS5 on the PS4, which...
So different than playing Xbox on your computer.
Right, makes no difference. Well, it also makes no sense. Why am I buying a PS5 just to play it on my PS4?
That's less... What happened to your fast SSD?
And then your next problem is so they're trying to move away from discs.
Yes.
Which is why the PS5 was sold in two options, without the disc drive and with the disc drive.
And that's only because Xbox did it first with the Xbox Series X1, Xbox One S. They made a smaller version because there's 4 different Xbox Ones. You have your originals, and then you have the...
You mean the Xbox X?
Yeah, that one. No, one.
No, Xbox One is the one that's been out.
They came out with the digital version first. It was cheaper. Way before PlayStation. So right before the Series X came out, or Series whatever it is, Xbox One S is a digital version smaller than the first one. And you can only get digital games. So then the next ones come out, and so you have a Blu-ray player, you don't have a Blu-ray player. That's the cost difference. Right. That's all it is. It's basically like how computers don't have optical drives anymore.
But that's not all it is, though, really, if you think about it. Right? Because, yes, it's your Blu-ray player and stuff like that. But a lot of people like to have the discs for the games.
Yeah.
Like they like to physically own something.
But look what happened with Nintendo. They did CDs 3 times. GameCube, Wii, and Wii U.
Right, and then they switched back to the SDs.
Whatever your Game Boys use.
Right.
Yeah. So the same thing, maybe a PlayStation later, or it's going to be USB drives.
But I mean, even then, it's like my collection, I like to have...
Well, no, you'll have the... Like, you can go buy Apex. It'll be a disc. It'll be like that.
Yeah.
It just has a code inside.
Right.
So then if you can still get that.
But with the Apex ones, it's kind of like you're buying skins and stuff.
We left Facebook.
What do you mean?
It just gives me trouble playing your thing.
Oh, we were here. I'm still playing over here.
How long you reloaded then?
It hasn't stopped yet.
Alright, so it's just my side. Alright, okay, we're still here.
Alright, well, we'll get back into that later.
Alright, next final news is that Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series has found its tremendous cast from old into new.
What? They're doing an Obi-Wan...
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did we? I don't remember discussing Obi-Wan.
What's his name? Hayden, blah, blah, blah. The guy that ruined Star Wars?
George Lucas?
The movie... That's from the movie, what's it called?
Disney?
This is the End. No. Disney? No, what was it?
Mickey Mouse? Uh-huh. No, I can't.
Fuck, it's a stupid parody movie.
Yo.
But his name's Hayden something. He's the one that played Darth Vader in the first 3 movies. He played, that guy. Fuck, Anakin. So Ewan McGregor's back and Anakin's back to play Darth Vader. So I guess it's gonna be between episode 3 to 4 kind of series.
The Clone Wars.
Basically. No, after. Between 3 and 4. When Darth Vader went to go find the rest of the fucking Jedis.
Unleashed.
Yes.
Order 66.
Yeah. During that period.
See, I don't know. Star Wars is another one of those. Just it's so.
Like when Han and Solo was there.
Han shot first. That's all I know.
I'm saying Solo the movie.
Oh, see that. I never saw it.
See, Mandalorian.
I was told it was stupid.
Mandalorian's between 5 and 7.
And then,
6 and 7.
Then come to find out, Han couldn't actually pilot. Han never flew the ship. It was either Chewie or the robot.
Lando Calrissian was his original ship.
No, apparently there was another robot that got integrated into the ship itself. So the ship was actually flying itself the whole time. They were just sitting there holding on.
But they bypassed the thing.
I don't know.
And you know how many parsecs?
Parsecs? Yeah, no, I'm not really. All right, moving on.
Our last and final viral news is Florida man breaks Guinness World Record after watching Avengers Endgame 191 times in theaters.
Why would you? How did they prove that? Did a Guinness guy go with him every time? Pay stubs? Yeah, but you could just go and buy the ticket and then leave.
You watched it.
Or you could like watch the first 5 seconds and then just go buy another ticket.
Spend a whole bunch of money to fucking just be in the Guinness World Record and not watch the movie.
Isn't that what everyone in the Guinness Book of World Records does?
No, they break records.
Like I think the only record I could beat would probably be the milk record.
Without throwing it up.
Huh?
Without throwing it up.
Probably.
He said probably. We're not. Do you practice?
My whole life.
I think it's drinking a gallon of milk and under what? Are you looking it up?
No. Maybe.
I can see you typing.
I'm not typing anything because I can't spell.
Man, you really like that freaking speech to words thing, don't you?
Yeah, the talk to text.
You want it on the computer?
I would definitely. See, I put it all backwards. I definitely would.
You want me to look
so
at
109. You leave me alone, John. I want a computer too. 191 times. I just don't understand. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Oh, that's right. Trying the wife's cooking.
Try it meal.
The try it meal. Trying the wife's cooking.
Was broccoli cheddar chicken roll-ups.
So do you know what that outside shell was?
Chicken?
No. The chicken was on the inside. What it was coated with. But I'm talking about what it was coated with. The orange stuff.
What? That wasn't fried chicken?
No, it was Cheez-Its. On the outside of the chicken.
You don't eat Cheez-Its?
You don't like Cheez-Its?
I can't even tell.
You couldn't even tell? You just couldn't.
But my body could have got allergic reaction. No. Cheez-Its? Did she improvise or?
No, I think that's what the rest. I was getting there. Jesus. I think that's what the recipe called for, but God only knows.
All right, so what is the Guinness World Record for good milk drinking?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Do I have to?
No. I will get there when I get there.
Okay, we'll wait. So anything going on this week?
It doesn't want to show me. Oh well. What do you mean anything going on this week?
I was just trying to make conversation while you were doing this.
I hate you. So the Apex event was canceled.
I didn't know there was one. There was an update on the computer yesterday.
Yeah, that was the event.
I didn't play no event.
And then it was canceled. So,
I was stuck in Olympus the whole time.
So you never got to play it.
Playing on the computer is way different than playing on the console.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you have more problems? 99 problems, but
the freak out one.
A console is what?
Remember the freak out when you just fucking aim everywhere?
Ah!
Okay, so now with the mouse is your directional thing. So I learned you can just double tap the run and use your mouse to go whatever you want without holding, the over button.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because it's like cramping over here. Like trying to go like this. Because you have to hold shift and W to run. And then the crouch is C. Or tab. So anyways, so that's the different thing, but it's not, you're used to like, I can feel in a controller. You know what I'm saying? And then you can turn when you're supposed to turn and stuff like that without hitting like over or like A and D.
Well, you're used to the controller.
It just feels better.
The controller is what you started with.
To aim and shoot is a lot better on a mouse than it is a controller. Trying to go like this compared to just point
and click and shoot.
Well, you just put your hand there. You keep it there. And then when you're shooting, you just go like this. But the thing is, it's mostly for hip fire because trying to aim and shoot and move. You know how we move around when we aim and shoot. It's completely different when you're using the mouse as a directional pad.
I'm moving, always.
Yeah. But here, once I aim, I have to go to W, A, S, and D to move around. But then to duck, you have to go all the way across the fucking keyboard.
Bro, I hate that dancing shit. I really do. Like, it kills me.
Sniping is a lot easier. If they don't move.
If they
but not even that though, because
move.
you just follow with your mouse when they're moving. But if you're doing that, it's hard for you to move at the same time.
I get people off zip lines, right? So I'm not worried about you be moving if that's what you want.
It's just something to get used to.
Like, I'll pull you off.
But
pull
it's easier to hit
off a zip line.
Because all you're just pointing and shooting before game. Sniping's easier. And you can move across easier.
I've been practicing my hip fire.
I do that with a Spitfire when I'm close because it's that freak out moment. So it's like fucking start firing.
Start pulling the trigger.
Then you're moving.
Then you're just looking at your feet normally. All right. Enough of that. So we did trying the wife's cooking. Now, what was our topic today?
You want to talk about business magic. Since due to cancer culture and all these other things happening in the world, we forgot about product misplacement and product placement.
Right.
And Oreo stealing stuff.
It actually kind of started because I got a headset, right?
That wasn't clear.
On the top of the headset, it said...
clear, but not clear.
It said for PC slash PS4. So now, in my head, that means I can use it for either or.
And technically,
I could. Technically, it worked.
Same thing with the AirPods.
Right.
Meant for any Apple product, but can be used on Windows.
Right, but it won't work properly.
Not on Windows.
Because it's
used for Apple.
Right. It's like mine. It didn't. You couldn't turn it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is very weird.
And then it's so those were $79, and then they were very well made.
Perfectly on the computer.
Very nicely constructed.
On the computer, you can go into the settings itself and change what you wanted.
Right.
Like surround sound, everything.
But then you have to get a PS4 one, and it just doesn't feel as good.
No. You have to get like what Jesus has.
And it was more, right? Like it was it was
Jesus
$30 more,
When
and
he
still.
bought his, we were in GameStop. It was like 2 years ago. He's like, "Oh, I got that one." I was like, "How much is that one?" He's like, $250. I was like, "What the? Why would you pay $250?" Well, apparently it plugs into the back of his PS4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it overrides Sony's restrictions when you're streaming.
Oh, that's nice.
So that means I can hear you by streaming.
Right.
Unlike before, you can't. Like, you can if you go through, like, with you when I went through the PlayStation one, unless you had your shit off. But if you went through OBS, we couldn't hear your game talk. Kind of like if you watched your clips, you can only hear you.
Right.
Well, his headset, when it goes to the computer, now we hear everything.
But that, again, it says one.
200, and it's the one with the little earpiece.
Right.
So you don't even see.
It says one thing, does another. Business magic.
Yeah, no, it said it on there. PC, and it showed all the requirements for PC. It said also capable with PS4.
Right.
And it said on the box, can't not tune to PS4, or PS4 has no options. There's no warning, by the way.
Right.
You can't change the volume manually.
Which makes no sense.
Only on your PS4.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense that you'd have the volume thing on the back of the headset and not be able to turn it up and down.
But you can mute it
Right.
through the headset. That's weird.
But that's what I mean by business magic.
Other ones is on eBay. We were talking about how GPUs or graphics cards are going up sky high in prices because of cost of demand.
Right, because
Now people are selling pictures of the systems or whatever, and it says it in descriptions. But it's on the bottom.
This is just a picture.
On the bottom, it says it. So they're like $400. So your ego self goes, shit, $400 for a whole system, and then you get it in the mail and you get a fucking piece of paper.
Have I ever told you the story of that picture right there?
Yeah, you said it's supposed to be bigger, right?
No, it was supposed to be a plaque. It's supposed to be a plaque. My wife got it for me for Christmas.
Picture of a plaque.
It's a picture of the plaque.
She didn't read the description.
Right. Well, I don't know if she did or not. No, I think they didn't put it in the description, so they actually sent her the money back for it.
Now they put it in the description.
But that is literally my favorite gift from her. Right? Because
I could print that for you if you wanted to.
we can make copies and sell them again.
Copy of a copy.
It's a copy of.
There's another thing you said was supposed to be like,
because it was, like I said, it's supposed to be a signed plaque of the boys.
You said it was another thing. I don't think it's in here. It was a poster.
What?
But it wasn't supposed to be a poster. It was a picture that was supposed to be a poster.
What's that?
There was another one too you showed me. It was a Disney thing.
Well,
it was supposed to be like this.
Oh, this one.
Is that what it is?
Right. This was supposed to be a poster, but it's actually a piece of cloth. It's not actually I mean, technically, it's a poster. Right. And for the people who can't see, again, that's not going to work on the podcast, Fred.
Yeah, it is.
No, because you don't get pictures on the Apple stuff. Remember? For the people who are listening in and not seeing our faces. So it's a Kingdom Hearts 3.
It doesn't work on the podcast, but it does work on the video.
It's a Kingdom Hearts. It was supposed to be a poster, a Kingdom Hearts 3 poster, and it ended up being like some cloth.
Really read the description, guys.
Well, no, it wasn't even in the description. The picture of it was different. And then the other one was the Grand Tour of the boys. Supposed to be their worst part. It's even numbered. It's number 3 out of 100.
Number 3 picture. But no, they do the same thing. It's like clickbait, like your headlines. Like when you see a HD camera on Amazon or whatever for $100, you're just like, you don't know anything about cameras. You think you're like, for you, you're like,
right.
Okay, fuck $100 to get a DSLR.
Well, that's like,
and then you look and it fucking feels cheap as shit.
That's just scamming. That's not even business magic. That's like when they show you they're like, oh, buy this Traxxas X-Max, right? It's $1,000 truck, but we'll sell it to you for $50, right? So you send them $50. You get a little package. It's like some little bullshit car. Sometimes it's smoke control. Sometimes it's not.
Is that business method?
And it's
Scamming.
right. It's just
all businesses scamming. They only tell you the good parts.
Right. They never tell you the downfalls.
They do in that one thing you read. You just hit agree.
Is buy solar panels, but when you go off the grid, the electric company is going to sue you,
and so is the government,
right? And so is the government, and you'll be arrested and all that
unless
kind
you
of
get permission from
right. Unless you can get permission, which getting permission, of course, isn't.
You saw that new commercial
isn't
thing
easy
now?
for Tesla.
Yeah,
but it's
they
not.
had one before that for FP&L. They were trying to do the same thing,
Right?
But it's Tesla. You're buying the name. The power company is going to owe you money.
Right.
I don't know.
You'll be able to sell your power back to, and it's a great concept. That's that'd be nice and all, but
it may be in fucking New Zealand.
It's not going to work everywhere.
In other countries, I think it was New Zealand, or another one that everyone switched to solar, like a town switched to solar panels. Mm-hmm. The electric company owed the money.
Well, it's
basically they gave back to the community,
right?
Because, what's it called?
The electric company could sell it somewhere else.
Yep.
Like I said, the biggest problem with that is it's not always that way, depending on where you are. It's like, unfortunately, with America, big companies lobby government officials and stuff like that to put laws in place to protect them and to screw us over.
That's how you get the bailouts. Motor company, from banks,
right?
And all the bailouts.
So it's all.
DJ said you can always sell something. It just depends what you're selling.
Right.
You can sell anything. You can sell this fucking straw. There's a thing on TikTok. You saw the guy that was trading using the bartering system.
Yeah,
became famous. He traded a rock for a paperclip and a paperclip for this, and he got a guitar that all the way because he's trying to trade to get a Tesla.
I was about to say, shit, I need a Tesla. I got all kinds of stuff to trade. What you need? You need Spider-Man, Tony Stark, pop? I got it. It's not
what it's the story behind it. It's why the people are participating.
Right. He probably
he got a tour bus thing from David Dobrik. He's like, I'm not going to give you a Tesla. You got to get that from Elon Musk. Well, I'll trade you the tour bus for your guitar.
You got to get it from Elon.
Yeah, because that was his whole goal. Well, because David gives out cars.
Right.
So he gave his friend a Tesla. So he's like, David Dobrik, I'm in town. I'll trade you this guitar for something. Because it's hyped. He's like, I won't give you a Tesla, but yeah, I'll give you this tour bus I have.
Here, I got one of your screwdrivers. I'll trade this for a Tesla. I don't think that's how it works. I got to trade this for like
something else.
Like a belt.
Imagine like the pay it forward
scenario.
Gucci
belt,
It's just a story. Yeah. All it is a good story. People want to be inside the good story.
Right, and never works out that way.
What else? Misleading products, product placements. They show you all the good stuff. What is it? First.
Right, show you. Well, again, that goes back to PlayStation and Xbox, right? It's look at this, look at this, look at that.
No, look what it can do.
Right.
Not yet. Tested on the PC and developing. I don't know why you're overheating in Walmart or Best Buy. Xbox.
I don't know why you set on fire and burnt half the store down.
That's the same thing that happened with Cyberpunk. Knowing you had 15 years to develop it, but now you were trying to make it come out when the new game
it wasn't 15.
Yeah.
2013 is when they announced it.
2002? 12.
No, 2013.
7 years.
I know because he did a skit on it.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like 2013. He's still playing PS3, right? And PS3 starts talking about it.
You're worse than fucking Zelda. Because Zelda, like Nintendo, you had like 3 games, like Nintendo itself, like Link to the Past. So every new system, you got a Zelda game.
Zelda's got a lot more than 3 games.
No, I mean for Nintendo. So imagine this: each system comes with either a Mario. Or Zelda. That's Nintendo. Mario, Zelda.
Right.
So then, Nintendo 64 came out. What'd you get? Mario 64, Smash Brothers. You got Mario Party 1 through 18 or whatever.
Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium.
So then you had Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and then Majora's Mask. On the Game and Boy Advance, you had Seasons in Time and stuff like that. GameCube, you had Wind Waker. It doesn't count. And then like Twilight Princess, which went to the Wii.
You say Wind Waker doesn't count, but Toon Link will beat that ass down.
He's pretty badass, but not in Wind Waker. So then you have the Wii. So what they bring over? They brought over Twilight Princess, and then they introduced Skyward Sword. That's theirs. Then the Wii came out, and we didn't get one. No, we got Skyward Sword. So Wii U came out, we got Breath of the Wild. Switch came out. They transferred Breath of the Wild. So the guy was saying, you got any more news on the Nintendo? I think you were out of the room. It's the same skit guy. And he's like, Breath of the Wild 2? Breath of the Wild 2? And he's like, remaster Skyward Sword. He's like, you're telling me you're just going to remaster a Wii game?
I mean,
instead of giving me a new Zelda?
I mean, shit, PS5, they're like, oh, look, we got 5 originals. But what they didn't tell you is all those originals were indie games. They
Missing
weren't
out.
Right. They weren't like real. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Indie creators are real creators, right? But they're short games. They're
like
They're 2 or 3 hour games.
Fall Guys.
Right.
Like that.
Those are indie games. You know, was it U-Bot? Or
What's this stuff?
Bug Munch or
what
whatever.
I call like indie little games is like that. It's almost like an app for your phone.
It's 1 or 2 creators.
It's like an app,
basically,
like a game app for your phone. Not like the whole
right
League of Legends or World of Warcraft game or Elder Scrolls.
Witcher 3. You know, like it's not that. So you know,
but like it's hard to have exclusive PS5 games when PS4 is still here. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. Like when PS4 came out, you could still get games on PS3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, PS5, you still could get Miles, right? But the thing is like
exclusive for the PS5. Like you have to get Batman Arkham VR PS5 only. It doesn't come out for PS. It's made for the PS5 graphics. It's made for the.
So there's a lot of games, you know, people are waiting for too, like you know, the God of War, Ratchet and Clank. You know, the PS.
God of War.
You know,
God of War has not filled me yet.
An actual new Spider-Man. Right, because so Miles was technically a stall.
I call it DLC.
It is a DLC basically, but
You've been playing it.
It's
like it reminded me of Arkham. You know the Arkham series?
Yeah.
Same button layout. You just have basically now you're in a city instead of the asylum. Now we have an origin that's in the city. It's basically a whole bunch of DLCs, but for a longer game. And the only hard thing about that was all the Riddler things.
Yeah, 260 Riddler things.
So it's basically the same thing as Arkham. Oh, here's Miles. And now they're coming to Arkham Knights. That has nothing to do with Arkham City.
But
it's a DLC.
It's a DLC.
Like I said, you were disappointed. Avengers was disappointing.
It was. But that is all we have for today.
Is it?
Yeah. We're at 57 minutes.
Is that how you do it? You just see what time it is and that's it?
No. I really have to pee, and if we don't cut it off here soon, I'm physically gonna pee myself. But I figured explaining it that way, right? Basically, I just wait until I have to urinate.
We gotta do the whole 3-hour podcast. So we're no, I can barely do an hour. I feel like we can come up with a topic.
I mean, no, we keep talking and bullshit, and I just have to. What are you doing?
Checking my phone.
You're checking your phone for?
See, like, because it's on Do Not Disturb. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias.
Yeah, if you don't subscribe, you're a dick.
You're just gonna watch us and not click subscribe.
You're just gonna watch us and not click subscribe. What kind of bad person are you?
Just do this of our free will.
Because we want to.
Don't forget that now we have an audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Do it because we want to. What kind of?
If you guys want to enter our $100 Amazon giveaway, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and share so we can get to 1,000 subscribers.
Oh my god!
And this month's charity is Red Cross.
Yep, American Red Cross.
So
Not to be mistaken with regular Red
you
Cross.
can catch us every Tuesday and Wednesday between the hours of 9 and 11. So that means we'll see you tomorrow.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers. Are we?
What? Yeah, we're still there.
We're still there?
Yeah, exit out.